Hello, everybody. It is your girl, Presh, and I'm back with another video. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell button so you never miss a video when I do upload. And don't forget to share my videos wherever, with whoever, so they know you rocks with your girl, though. I know, I'm in a different location because I didn't feel like sitting in my room. Sitting up in my room. Nothing about you. Okay, anyway. So this is day 7 of Vlogmas. I know we behind, honey, but we getting there. This is day 7 of Vlogmas. This is Christmassy movies week 2 of Vlogmas, honey. Yes, we are a day late and $1 short, but we here. Okay, so this is going to be a what you watching Vlogmas review of the movie Something from Tiffany's. It is a new Christmas movie featuring old dude who played Nathan in Insecure and some girl named, what's her name? Zoe something or no. So the movie starts off with how did the movie start off? Child, I watched it the other day and I don't remember. Jesus Christ. But anyway, so it starts off with Ethan and his daughter Daisy down at the Tiffany store, and they're picking out engagement rings. That's how I start off. And then you know, they got the lady who played the Spanish teacher on the original That's So Raven show as a sales associate. And so they get this, you know, cute little classic, you know, round cut simple gold band ring. It was very simple, very basic. The daughter Daisy picked it out. By the way, Ethan and Daisy is white names. I just wanted to go ahead and say that, but you know, they casted black people. So anyway, I had to get that off my chest. Anyway, this is a Amazon Prime movie, but again, that ain't where I watched it. But neither here nor there. So of course, after they leave out the store, this a-hole dude, what was his name? Greg, he came in the store, whatever, on his phone, very ditzy like, and he get his gift. So they walking out the store, you know, Ethan talking about proposing to his girlfriend or whatever the case may be, and Greg like bumps into him. No, he bumped into Daisy, and she was like, "Oh, excuse you," and the daddy was like, So mind you, Greg again on his phone, la da 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 da, boom, get hit by a cab, child. Everybody like, "Oh my God." Low-key, that's what his ass get, because he's a rude a-hole. So, of course, Ethan run over there. Mind you, they both got little cute Tiffany bags on the ground, right? You see where we going with this? Boom. So, Ethan over there, he like, "Hey, you all right? You okay?" He gets up, boom. He grabs the Tiffany bag. But the question is, was it the right one? No, it was not. So, the ambulance come get him, take his ass on. Yes, I say ambulance. I'm from New Orleans. That's how we say it. The EMT. The medical assistant team came and get him and take him to the hospital, whatever the case may be. Then we see Rachel, his girlfriend, at the house. She, you know, she a chef, she cooking, she in there lollygagging and talking to her food as she seasoning honey. And so her best friend Tracy, Tracy, she show up, the black friend, with the seasoning or whatever she needs. She like, "Oh, you in here talking to your food again?" And so then she like, "Well, where Greg egging ass at?" Because, you know, best friends, we peep the bullshit. And she like, "Girl, he coming or whatever." So she go get dressed, put on this real cute, sexy, short dress or whatever. And the friend like, "You sure he coming, bitch? Because I will gladly eat this food." And she get a phone call, and the friend was like, "Well, I guess I'm eating fish tonight, bitch." The food. Okay. So she get a phone call, whatever. She like, "What's wrong?" And then, you know, she's skirt. So then we see Daisy and her daddy down at the house. And, you know, Daisy like, "Daddy, we gotta check on him and make sure he okay," you know. And he like, "Girl, I'm pretty sure he got family, somebody coming to see him." So then we see Rachel down there talking to the medical team. They're like, "He all right, he might got acute concussion, he might have a little amnesia or something, girl, we not sure." He was more mad that his phone was broke up. Didn't care that he might not be able to remember nothing. His brain might low-key be broke. He worried that the phone is broken. So, you know, Rachel was like, well, I'm gonna go home. You know, she like, you sure? He like, yeah, go home. I'm okay. You know, they gotta scan my brain. I ain't got no phone, child. Whatever. So, you know, the little black nurse was like, well, you know, I got you. He was like, so y'all got snacks around here, whatever. So then we see Ethan and Daisy. You know, they sitting there at the counter, the nurse's station, asking questions. And the little black nurse lady was like, I cannot tell y'all this people business if y'all not related to him, right? So then as they talking about the dude who got hit by the cab, you know, the night before, Rachel come over and said, hey, was y'all there when the dude got hit by the cab? And the nurse was like, ma'am, you don't have to tell him nothing. Like, girl, we don't know these people. And she was like, no, it's fine. Well, she was like, well, look, if you gonna have this conversation, tell us somebody's business, please go do it somewhere else. Y'all got to move. And black people turn, bitch, get the fuck away from me. I already done told you peoples. I can't tell y'all nothing. I told your ass, don't tell them nothing. If you want to tell them, bitch, do it somewhere away from me. Good and bad. So, you know, they go down to the cafeteria and, you know, they explain that he had came out the store and got hit by the cab. And, you know, Daisy made it seem like her daddy was touched by an angel, a miracle worker or something. My daddy brought him back to life. Girl, he popped back up after he got hit by that cab. He was fine. Your daddy ain't no goddamn miracle worker. And, you know, she was sitting there or whatever. Mind you, Daisy asked Rachel if she was a stripper or a hooker because of the little outfit she had on. And, you know, Ethan was like, Daisy, why would you? Because she dressed like a hoe. I needs to know, do you dance for dollars or sell a little pussy? We gotta ask questions, okay? Look at the way she was dressed. That baby had every right to ask that. Yes, it was inappropriate, but still, girl, why you look like that? So, you know, she was like, yeah, whatever. They exchanged numbers. We found out that, you know, Rachel Bate, she owned 2 restaurants or whatever, and Ethan is a writer, whatever the case may be, and he loved bread, child. So after that, they go on about their merry way. Then somewhere along the lines, Ethan and Rachel hang out. It's a vibe there. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. So they go hang out, and, you know, she tell them about this pastry. I'm not even going to try and remember the name. The little pastry she baked that's like her everything. And he talks about this book series he wants to write about this girl who can see, she like the shadow man, basically. This little girl who like the shadow man down there in New York City. Mind you, his girlfriend don't want to live in New York because they done moved to California. So after that, he got a text message from the girlfriend and her flight then came in. So boom. Because I believe all this shit happened like Christmas Eve or the day before Christmas Eve. So now it's Christmas Day. And, you know, oh, mind you, when Zoe got home after seeing she's found the Tiffany bag, and she was like, well, what if it's what I think it is? And her homegirl Tracy was like, girl, no. And then, you know, Tracy's wife was like, what's going on, child, or whatever. So anyway, and then they hung out. Yeah, she found the box, then her and Ethan hung out, and then we get to Christmas Day. So it's Christmas Day, and everybody their little blue box, their little blue bags, okay, their little blue bags, okay. So mind you, Rachel is having a whole panic attack. She having an anxiety attack, honey. Because she like, oh my God, bitch, what if it's a ring in this box? Well, she opened a box and it was a ring. Now, mind you, she like, oh my God. And, Greg asked, like, girl, what you thinking? And he comes sit on the sofa. Mind you, you can see it all in his face. He like, oh, shit. Yeah, that ring wasn't for her. That is Ethan's ring. And when his girlfriend, Vanessa, opened the box, she was like, oh, they cute. And he was like, what? Now, man, you can hear the disappointment all in her motherfucking mouth. All in her throat. Because she thinking it was a ring. So, he like, what? And she showed him the earrings. And Ethan and his daughter look at each other like, what the hell is going on? Where the fuck is the ring? That ain't the box. What the fuck did happen? So, baby, they like, bitch, what a ring at? What a ring? So, Greg to propose to Rachel with a ring that don't belong to her. Ethan didn't realize his ring is missing. Then, he eventually put 2 and 2 together and realized that Greg got his goddamn ring. So, Mind you, he decided to go looking for Greg ass. So he go looking for Greg. He wind up running into Rachel. He was like, hey. Well, he went to Rachel to find Greg. He was like, hey, what's up? Can I get Greg's number from you or whatever? She like, why? And she was like, well, we supposed to be hanging out later or whatever, so if you want to chill with me until we meet, like, around the corner and down the street. He was like, all right, cool, bet. So they get around there. Shorty got on gloves on her hands, right? So they get around there, they get to the restaurant. She take the gloves off, bing, bing, blah, tie out, watch out now. It's a goddamn ring and it don't belong to you. All the single ladies, ma'am, give that man his ring. So mind you, this one I got aggravated and frustrated because she's sitting there flashing the diamond. Ethan sitting there talking about, Greg would give somebody back their money if, he knew it didn't belong to them. And she like, yeah, he asking about what type of person Greg is. Mind you, he's sitting there stuffing his mouth with bread. He giving me an anxiety attack and stressing me the fuck out. Because I'm like, tell that lady that's your ring. Please get your ring back from this lady. But she excited and she got this big ass smile on her face. And I'm just like, Lord Jesus. So then after they hang out, whatever, I'm thinking when they get to the street corner, he gonna tell that bitch, look here, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, bitch. I need my ring back. And then she be like, what? But he didn't do that. He just told her she deserved all the good things in the world and ran the fuck off. Because they was low-key getting ready to kiss. Because, again, there's a vibe. There's a vibe. So after that, what happened? Oh, like, I think the next day or whatever. Mind you, Greg wound up checking his, I guess it's Tiffany's account or his bank statement and realized that them earrings cost like close to $400. Mind you, I'm pretty sure that ring cost like a nice chunk of change. So, mind you, she kept asking him like, okay, well, maybe he saved up for the money. No, girl, that ring does not belong to him. He bought you $400 earrings. So, mind you, Ethan go run up on Greg ass at his tattoo shop because he a tattoo artist. And he like, yo, what's up? I need my ring back. And so, Greg was standing there like, nigga, what the fuck you talking about? Mind you, he didn't call that man a nigga, but this is me giving y'all the recap in my own words, okay? He like, the fuck is you talking about? It was like, my ring, like, don't play stupid with me. Like, your brain ain't that broken. He was like, look, if you lost anything, baby, that's on you. And walk off. And I was like, oh, really? So, this what you gonna do? You, bitch, you gonna keep my ring? No, thank you. Like, Ethan was way too nice in that situation, but you gotta understand, he black, that man white. He in his place business. The police could have been called. That man could have got locked up. So, Ethan technically handled it right for the movie world, but in real life, Greg would have got the brakes beat off his motherfucking ass. Okay? Alright. So, fast forward, Ethan out here just stressed and shit because this man got his ring, or whatever the case may be. I'm still angry because this lady don't know that ring don't belong to her. So I'm like, okay, Greg is sitting out here talking slick by the mouth. Go to Rachel, tell that bitch to get your ring. Give you the ring. Okay? So mind you, Rachel decided to la-da-da-da-da on some, oh, by the way, they did a quick little, I guess you could say like, Easter egg to Breakfast at Tiffany's. If you've never seen that movie, it stars Audrey Hepburn, and every morning she would go get her a pastry, some coffee, and go stand in front of Tiffany's. And they had her do that before she actually walked into the Tiffany's store. So, cute little callback to Breakfast at Tiffany's. If you ever seen the movie, you would have caught that. So she go in the store, whatever the case may be, and she like, hey, I just want to get like a kit to clean my ring or whatever the case may be, because it's like really, this is the most expensive thing I ever owned. Da, da, da. So mind you, the sales associate lady like, oh my God, I knew you would love the ring. And she get to talking and she was like, yeah. She was like, I knew the three of y'all gonna be one happy family. And Rachel said, the three of us? Bitch, what you talking about? Three? Girl, what? And the associate was like, yeah, your fiance and his daughter. And Rachel put two and two together and she was like, daughter. And she was like, yeah. She was like, her name after a flower or something. Daisy, yeah. You, Daisy, and her daddy, y'all gonna be a cute little family, bitch. Because that ring fit you perfect. And, bitch, Rachel got to back it up. Beep, 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 beep. And the sales associate said, girl, where the fuck you going? You don't want the cleaning kit no more? Okay, then, all right. And now Rachel mad because she didn't realize that Greg is a lying ass, no good son of a bitch. So she ran there to her big bakery, baking, honey. She baking her thinking bread. She hot. So Greg bring his ragged ass around there. Mind you, he think that girl mad still because he didn't show up when he was supposed to meet her down at that restaurant Ethan was chilling at. His punk ass wound up texting her, said he couldn't come or whatever. I forgot to mention that part. You know, you gotta remember as you get to talking about. So she in that thinking, honey, she angry. And so Terry like, what your punk ass want? She didn't say it like that, but that was read between the lines. So he go in the back or whatever, and she he like, what's up? What's wrong with you? And she was like, how did you pay for that ring? He was like, what? She was like, yeah, tell me the story. How you paid for the ring? How'd you pick it out? How did that come about? And then he was like, she was like, yeah, I know. You didn't even buy this goddamn ring. She was like, so you seriously was gonna let me believe that, like, the fuck? And then he was like, I mean, I saw your face. She was like, okay, but like, did you mean to propose to me? He was like, I mean, we've been together for a minute. You know I love you, whatever the case may be. So I just was like, fuck it. She was like, okay, well, you do know we giving this motherfucking ring back. He was like, okay, bet. And she was like, so what we doing it? He was like, he was like, I want to marry you. So if you still want to marry me, then yeah, bitch, we engaged. And she was like, okay, but I could tell she wasn't here for it. So Ethan came around there, whatever, and you know, the best friend was like, oh, hey, how you doing? What's going on? What's poppin'? He was like, Rachel, Rachel had called me, whatever the case may be. So she told Daisy she could go in the back and kick it with Rachel because she trying to find out what's going on because, you know, we knows. So Tracy was like, what's going on? Because I know it's some shit going on and it involves you. It's about you. It surrounds you. So run me back the story. So basically, you know, Ethan tell Terry, Tracy, whatever the best friend / co-owner of the bakery is, that, you know, Greg took his ring and proposed to her, and now he's stuck with them little ugly ass earrings that don't nobody want. And his best friend was like, oh shit, that's not even what I thought was going on. Ethan was like, girl, what the fuck you talking about? She's like, no, it don't even matter. I just knew Greg ass was a piece of shit and wanted to be trusted. So, you know, when Greg see Daisy, he was like, you called Ethan? She was like, yeah, I did. Because he needs to know that I know. And, you know, Greg didn't realize, you know, I didn't talk slick to this man about his ring or whatever. And he was like, well, you go ahead and handle that, and I'm going to go out the back. I'm skirt, old punk ass. And she was like, yeah, I got it. So, you know, her and Daisy have this cute little moment, you know, both reminiscing about their mama. They were sitting there crying and shit. I'm like, oh, my God. Now I'm finna start crying. I ain't had time for that, but I did cry. So then, you know, Ethan come back there, and, you know, Daisy was like, Rachel was like, you know, I understand. Sorry about that. You know, you and Greg could talk when y'all want to about the ring. X, Y, and Z. She gave him, you know, some bread and was like, I hope y'all enjoy. I'm sorry. He was like, yeah, that's what's up. So next thing you know, Ethan and Daisy back at the crib, and Vanessa asking them, where y'all been? You was where? With who? For real, because them niggas was like, boo, boo, da, 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 da. So, you know, they was like, yeah, we went to the bread shop or whatever. So, you know, she was like, oh, yeah, da, da, da. And, you know, they sit there breaking the bread, and then the ring fall out. Rachel baked the ring into the bread. And she was like, what is this? And he was like, Vanessa, will you marry me? She's like, oh, my God, yes. And she was like, oh. She said yes real quick, which let me know had she actually got the ring on Christmas. The bitch would have said yeah. So then she's like, oh, I gotta go make phone calls and talk to everybody. Oh, she was like, I cannot wait to go back home and play this way. And Daisy was like, back home? That bitch think we moved back to California? Did you not tell her we moving back to New York City? NYC. Like, bitch. Excuse you, this is not California, love. We're not fucking going back there. No, thank you. No, thank you. So now they engaged and they happy, and it's just this weird energy. So Rachel and Greg decide to host an engagement party on New Year's Eve. And so Rachel decided to call the bakery that the ring came out of like a couple days later and set up a reservation Okay, stay with me. So Terry mess ass answered the phone and said, "Hello, yeah, we booked for a private event." And she said, cause she was like, I just got engaged, and your bakery was a part of it. And then Terry's like, wait, what you had said? We was a part of it, and you said it was for who? Harris? Okay, girl, I got you. Show up at 9:00. I got you, girl. Yeah. All right, bye. Being messy. So we make it to New Year's Eve or whatever the case may be, and Greg invite his homeboy, who wound up telling all his business. So mind you, Rachel had told this little story to Ethan about how, her mama had left her this bracelet or whatever, and the bracelet reminded her of mama. She never took it off until she went to go get a tattoo with her mom's name or initial or something, like a tattoo for her mom. And she wound up taking the bracelet off to get the tattoo. And when she realized she had forgot the tattoo, she was actually going to try and make her way back to the tattoo shop to get it. And Greg wound up showing up with the bracelet in a stereo, whatever fuck the place is called in New York. And he gave her back her bracelet. Well, that's not actually what happened. The homeboy ran a story back that Greg was on his way to go get him some pussy from another bitch. And just so happened to run into Rachel. So, at the end of the day, Greg still got him some pussy. It just wasn't the pussy he was intended to get. Okay? It was a win is a win. A win is a win. Greg still got him some pussy. At the end of the day, Greg still got some pussy. Anyway, so now she back because she realized this motherfucker allowed me to believe that this was true love. And that's not what it was. So they in the back and she cussing him out. And he was like, that was 3 years ago. She said, 3 years ago, last week, yesterday, my nigga, you keep lying when it comes to me and jewelry because, he low-key stole that ring. So he was like, so what this mean? She was like, nigga, what it mean is I don't want to be with you. Get the fuck up out my face. Get the fuck on. So now he mad or whatever, and they done broke up. And next thing you know, Ethan, Vanessa, and Daisy walked their asses in there. Now, man, before they walked in there, Ethan was like, what the fuck? And she was like, I had booked us a reservation or whatever. And Daisy was like, and he was like, no, I didn't know this. So, they go into the thing or whatever, and we see Rachel and Ethan, Greg, that asshole, coming out the back, all upset or whatever the case may be. And so when they walk in the door, it was like, skirt, skirt. And Greg was like, what he doing here? Like, man, why do you have an attitude? And, Vanessa was like, these people? Like, wait a fucking minute. Why he catching the attitude? We just walked through the door. What the fuck is going on? Do you know these people? And he was like, yeah, this Rachel. She was like, oh, you Rachel. Hey, how you doing? And, or whatever the case may be. And so, that's when Rachel was like, Terry, what you did? No, Terry's wife was like, Terry, what you did? She was like, I didn't see this going this way. So then he was like, everybody was arguing whatever. And so, Vanessa's like, I'm his fiance. And everybody was like, y'all all right? She was like, no, we just broke up. And then, Greg caught an attitude, was like, what it mean to you? Ain't you engaged? And, Rachel's like, don't be talking to him like that. And so Vanessa was like, hold the fuck up, because what the fuck is going on? And so, he basically let Vanessa know, like, they had your ring and those earrings that you got for Christmas was his or whatever. So they wind up leaving or whatever the case may be. And when they get back to the house, Vanessa's upset. She was like, so did you even mean to propose to me? And he was like, technically not the other day. I was going to propose to you on Christmas, but I didn't have the ring. She was like, okay, so this is why you've been acting weird. Like, all you had to tell me was you was trying to get my ring back or whatever. But then he got to talking about the fact, then she was like, I seen, what's his face, our mutual homeboy back from the publishing company. And he told me you right there telling him you trying to write you a whole new book and ain't even say nothing to me. Like, what the fuck? He was like, I ain't say nothing to you because I felt like your ass was going to be negative. And she was like, oh, wow. Like, that's what this, really? Like, that's how you feel? And he was like, I want to live in California. I want to move back to New York City. She was like, guess what? I don't fucking like New York. I hate New York. So what the fuck we gonna do? He was like, she was like, yep, all right, you be good. And they broke the fuck up. So after that, you know, we see Rachel down there at the restaurant, her best friend. She getting drunk, eating bread and shit, pastries and stuff, crying her little heart out. Cry your heart out. I got a song for everything, honey. It is a jukebox in here. So after that, you know, we see Daisy tell her daddy, like, look here, I know you wanted Rachel and Rachel wanted you too. So what the fuck we finna do? And she was like, I mean, go on, get your ass up and find her. He was like, you know what, your ass is grounded. Come on, let's go. I was like, look at that baby, just cussing. So he wound up sending Rachel some flowers with a little note. Terry signed for it. They slammed or whatever. You know, it's a lot going on. So mind you, the wife show up. Terry's wife show up. And she was like, oh, baby, you got me some flowers. These is cute. And no, Terry said to her wife, oh, you got me some flowers. These is cute. And Terry's wife said, I bet if any one of us should be getting flowers, it should be me. So she wound up opening the car and she said, did you read this? So they go in the back, show it to Rachel. And Rachel was like, when did this come? And Terry was like, girl, don't be asking questions that you do not want to know the answers to. She was like, look, just get your shit and go, okay? Just get your shit and go. So then we see Ethan and Daisy standing at the bridge by the river or the lake. I don't know what the fuck they was. Waiting on Rachel to show up. Mind you, he done lost his goddamn phone, so he can't track the package, the flower delivery, to see if it got where it got. Daisy was like, see, if I had a phone, at least one of us would be responsible if I had a phone. He was like, girl, your ass to get a phone. Shut up. So, you know, he getting ready to leave. They's like, no, let's just stay like 5 minutes more. 5 minutes more. So, you know, Rachel down there in the cab. She get there. She running down the street. Regular white woman movie shit. And then we hear her say, hey, hey. And then they say, Dad, look. And she was like, he was like, I didn't think he was coming. She was like, don't worry, I came. You know, the note said, you know, he was feeling her, and if she felt the vibe too, to show up around there and let it be known that everybody want to get that freak on. It ain't say that, but I'm paraphrasing. So, you know, after that, you know, she basically said, you know, you had something to do with this. And she was like, yeah, whatever. So they kissed, and we lived happily ever after. And Daisy was like, you know, this was better than the box she was talking about. And it was like the box. Mind you, he told her, did you want me to stand outside her restaurant with a boombox? You know, very cliche romantic movie stuff. And you know, Daisy was like, baby, I don't know what no boombox is. What the fuck is that? Mind you, she a little Gen Z. And I was just like, God damn, that poor baby don't know what a boombox is. So then we fast forward a year later, and I believe it's Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve. I don't know. They had on Christmas sweaters, so I want to say it was Christmas Eve, and everybody happy. And you know, Ethan decided to make a little toast and let everybody know, you know, that he wrote his book. Rachel had edited for him, and he was in love, and everything was going great. Next thing you know, the little old school singing quartet coming there singing a song that they sung the night they hung out, and everybody realized that they was in love with that song. And you know, Daisy had a boombox. I don't know where that baby get a boombox from, probably the Amazon. And he was like, girl, I love you, and I don't want to spend not a second more without you. He pulled the ring back out. Now, me personally, I feel like he should have just got her a different ring, but technically it was her ring because, you know, she got the ring first. And she was like, yes, and you know, he slid the ring on her finger, and that was the end of it. And they wound up playing The Temptations or something. I don't remember what song they played at the end. But what I will say, I don't know who, that was a cute little movie. I was like, oh, yay, that was a cute little movie. I will say, whoever was in charge of the music for this movie, baby, you get an A++++ from me. Okay, y'all was playing Etta James. Y'all was playing Every Day Will Be Like a Holiday when my baby when my baby comes home. Now that song holds a significance in my life with my family because When I was 9 years old, I had open heart surgery. If y'all ever, I'm not flashing on my titties, but I'm showing y'all the scar in the middle of my chest. When I was 9 years old, I had to have open heart surgery. It was like the first time I like ever was away from my mama, and I wound up spending Christmas in the hospital when I was 9. So, you know, my mama used to play that song all the time and stuff like that. So that song holds a very significant, you know, special place right here. So I was like, oh, and when it started playing, I had took my headphones and I was like, Mama, listen. And she was like, oh. So yeah, me and my mama shared a cute little moment. Yeah, so I do like that movie for that aspect. What I will say is, outside of them stressing me out with Ethan, I telling that girl that ring busted for her, but you know, he didn't want to break her heart because you know she was just so happy that dusty ass motherfucking Greg had proposed to her. In actuality, he was lying. I give something from Tiffany's 8.5 out of 10, simply because, you know, it was a cute little movie. The music was lit, but they did work on my nerve a little bit. The best friend character, she was hilarious. Her wife was funny. You know, we had more than 2 black people. We had 4 black people in the movie. I was like, okay. No, we have 5 black people because of the homeboy who worked around there at the publishing company. We had 5 black people in this movie. Yes, I count the black people when I watch movies. I really do. If it's not an all black cast, I count the black people. I do. But I do recommend something from Tiffany's. Y'all can watch that around there at Amazon Prime if y'all got that. I don't. But if you got that, go ahead and watch it. If you somebody like me that like to watch on the websites where you ain't gotta pay nothing, then yeah. That is all. That is it, y'all. This was Vlogmas Day 7, a day late. What you watching review with Presh. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell button so you never miss a video when I do upload. And don't forget to share my videos wherever with whoever so you never ever ever miss my videos. And let them know you rock with your girl though. Alright, y'all. Love you. Bye. Mwah.